Everybody, how's it going? I just wanted to film this quick update video on this Prius I bought back in February. It's now like mid-April, so I've had this thing for almost 3 months now, and I've actually put about 5,000 miles on it in the last 3 months. I got it with about 153, and now it has 157 and some change. It's due for its next oil change. I have that booked in about 2 weeks, so that'll be getting in there and getting taken care of. But I just want to talk about, the reliability of the Prius and how great it's been. All right, so first of all, let's talk about some of the complaints I've had with this particular vehicle. The only thing I can really complain about is the fact that the windows are tinted. I think they got to be like 30% because they're pretty dark. It's kind of hard to tell right now, but there's definitely some tint on these windows. And so when I do DoorDash at night, it's kind of hard to see the street addresses and stuff, and so I'll find myself rolling down the windows at night, and it gets kind of cold. So I got to get the tint removed at some point, but that's not really the car's fault. But other than that, this vehicle has been really solid. It's pretty comfortable. I've done 5-6 hour shifts at a time with DoorDash, just sitting in the seat, and it's really not been an issue. The space in here is great. I've got a place to put the food, and even with these seats all the way back, there's still like a lot of leg room for having a kid back there or something. So the Prius is really a great platform for Uber or DoorDash or just daily commuting. So after 157,000 miles, there's going to be some wear. Obviously, the previous owner kind of hit some stuff. There's some cracks in the bumper. It's hard to see, but there's some hairline cracks in here. And these lower lights are really oxidized, and there's a lot of scratches from high impact, like rocks on the highway. But I think at some point the headlights were replaced, maybe in the previous accident. I don't really know. But other than that, the car's holding up really nicely. The paint isn't faded, and it still feels like a relatively new car. The shocks aren't messed up even after so many miles, which is a surprise. One thing I have noticed though with this car is that it seems to be going through tires kind of fast. Now, mind you, I am really hard on these tires. I don't give them any respect. I put them on brand new when I bought the car, so they've had about 5,000 miles on them, and they look like they have 10,000 miles there. And that's probably just the tires. They were just some cheap Nexen tires. They're $60 a tire, so it's not that bad. But also part of it is probably being a front-wheel drive car. The braking is in the front, the power goes to the front, and it has regenerative braking, so that probably kind of wears the tires out a bit. But I definitely see on the edges the tires are kind of worn, where if you go to the back ones, even though they're all the same age, they do look way newer. So I'm gonna have them rotated when I have the oil change done. But other than that, this car has been really reliable. I've done nothing to it other than tires and oil change. But yeah, I feel like it's really remarkable that if you just step back, like I know I just cleaned it, but like this thing looks like a brand new car, and it has 157,000 miles on it. And so the way we use this thing is my dad takes it to work every day. He commutes about 60 miles round trip every day. And then once he comes home, I take the car out and do DoorDash for a few hours. And so I'll probably put another 70, 80 miles on it a night sometimes. And so this car's getting 100 miles a day, and it's just taking it. I mean, and when I'm out DoorDashing at night, like, all I see is Priuses out there. So I can tell everyone else that's driving around at 11 o'clock at night is also probably food delivery drivers, and they're using these things because they're just so bulletproof. They just take the abuse and they keep running, and they really don't ask for much. I know I got to do the spark plugs at some point. I have no service history of this car. So I will probably do the spark plugs and all the little kind of carbon buildup in the EGR valve at probably about 160,000 miles. But other than that, man, these cars are just awesome. I highly recommend picking one up. So this was just kind of a brief overview of my first few thousand miles with the car. I'll keep you guys updated as time goes on, and especially if anything happens. But for the time being, I really don't see anything happening, so I probably won't update again until something goes wrong. But yeah, this was just a quick little 5,000 mile update on my ownership experience of the car. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you found this helpful.